So anterior vessels real quick. So we want to look at veins first and then go to arteries. And so internal, external jugulars, you want to do those 5. You should count 5. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see how this one is a lot higher than than these 2 down here. So that's a cue to the cephalic, and you can see it's going to the shoulder. This upper part, you know, like right underneath the skin. So, and then you have these 2 going up the neck. So on this pig, 1, 2, and then the 3rd one busted, but then 2 down low. So we have internal, external jugular, cephalic, kind of coming up to the shoulder, going under the skin. You may or may not have it. It breaks a lot with prep. And then you have these 2, one higher than the other. So subclavian, subscapular. Subclavian, subscapular. On this guy, internal, external, cephalic up here, subscapular, subclavian. While we're up there, there's also, let's see, brachiocephalic's going to be this common one coming off of the superior vena cava, then this short little stump that all those are common to. Short little stump that all those branches have in common. That's brachiocephalic. So inferior vena cava, you got to pull the heart down. You can see it coming down there. So pull the heart down. You can see it going down. Let's see. So that's inferior. So pull the lungs to one side. I think he's even removed the lungs. Oh no, there they are. All right, so superior, inferior. So, okay, internal mammillary, you want to look on the inside of the sternum. So this is a really good one here. So you can see it running. So you can almost imagine those running down here and then supplying the mammaries. So there is the artery in pink, the vein in blue. Intercostals, inter again, there's that term, inter means between, so we're looking for things between the ribs. So if we pull on the side, you can see the arteries really easily between the ribs, and you can probably get a better sense of the veins kind of closer to the wall. This little guy, you kind of also, they're not real great, but you can kind of, the veins, get a better sense close to the wall.
So just the blue lines going along the spine?
Blue lines, you should be blue lines, just like you see the pink lines.
Right.
So there, this side, you can see them. See how you can see all those guys coming down on this guy? So those are going to be the intercostals. Now, from the intercostals, you can see the azygos and hemiazygos. So on the left side of the pig, you should see a fairly large vein that drains those intercostals and will go up and dump into the heart. Here on the smaller pigs, you see it draining those intercostals coming up, crossing the aorta, dumping into close to the heart. On the right side, you're going to see the azygos. So you look for it on the right side.
So left is hemi and right is...
yeah.
Okay.
Well, it looks like you don't have to find the azygos. It must be too small.
All right. So left is just the hemiazygos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, coronary, look on top of the heart. Look for something blue. So on top of the heart, look for something blue. The arteries are going to be in red. The costocervical, this goes back to the back of the heart. or back behind. And so you're going to see a blood vessel there coming off, going back, going through the rib cage.
What is that? What's it called?
Costa cervical.
Where is it?
Right there, and then I'll show you here. Right there, and then here. You can see it coming back there.
Okay.
There's a right and left. Facial and maxillary, you got to follow those jugulars. This little guy, the facial one, it didn't. Here you can see it crossing the salivary. So that's the facial. It didn't get dye. The maxillary is going back up into the head. I think on this guy, once again, it didn't get dye, but you could see it coming across the salivary, and then the other one going back into the head. So again, cues as to where it's going. All right, now see if I didn't do anything on the right side. Brachiocephalics, you want to look at the heart. So start at the heart, that's your cue. So the heart, just like the sheep heart, the brachiocephalic is the first one that comes off. So you look for the aorta, like look at the heart of the pig. So kind of got to look here at the heart of the pig. You can see ascending and then it arching back. So the first one coming off is going to be brachiocephalic, just like the sheep. First one off, brachiocephalic. And you should see a second one, that's the subclavian. So that's going to be left subclavian. So first one off, and then you should see second one off is the left subclavian, and that should head to the arm. Common carotids, those are going to be right on either side of the throat. Left and right, left and right. This is left, this is right.
Which one is it?
These are common carotids. And they should attach to that brachiocephalic.
The brachiocephalic is pink, right?
There's an artery and a vein.
Okay.
So you gotta look, if it's pink, that's the artery.
Artery,
if it's
blue,
blue, right
the
there,
vein.
that's the vein.
Okay.
Then again, in coronary is going to be on the heart, pink. Intermammary is going to be along there, pink. Pulmonary, you got to almost pull out the heart, and you have to follow this guy. And so you need to kind of pull it around, and they're small. That first, and it's behind the heart on the back side, where you're going to see them come off, and one going down to the lung on the left comes off, and then you just kind of gotta pick this around till you see it come off. And I think I've picked it so much it's come off. And another going to the other side of the heart. I mean the other side to the lungs. This guy has a lot better lungs than this little guy. All the pock marks in this lung. Not developed quite yet. Alright, so that's pulmonaries. That you should see the ductus arteriosus. And so it's going to be this point right here that it dumps into the aorta. So here you could see it pull the heart and the rib cage back, comes off of that pulmonary trunk into the aorta. There. Right there, you can see it pretty well. So coming out here, and it should dump in right there. So you follow that pulmonary trunk where it links with the aorta. Intercostals again, those pink lines. Here you can see, I guess, the veins pretty well. Yeah, probably more so down here again. And dorsal aorta has aortic arch and descending arch. So you have the dorsal aorta, if you pull that, you can see it coming down. You have thoracic, and then as it moves into the abdominal cavity, abdominal aorta. So thoracic aorta, abdominal aorta,